All right, what's good, people? This your boy Z the Real here, and then today I want to talk about something that's very important, not only to religion but the world itself. Because I feel me as a Christian man, I feel you have a right to know. And just giving you a disclaimer right now, you feel this video is going to scare you. If you feel this video is going to be offensive to you, then you should not be watching it, right? Um, I don't make my videos to try to scare everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't make my videos for views. I don't come here for views and likes. I don't come here for no popularity contest. I come here to reveal the truth because I'm real and I'm pro real, and people need to know what's really getting ready going on, what's happening around the world. So this is why this video I'm gonna get serious, man. Like all jokes, all sports aside, you know, I'm gonna tell you this video, and I'm gonna tell you after this after I'm finished with this little sermon, I'm gonna tell you why I did my other video on Hubbard, right? Because y'all need to know. I mean, I don't wish that the bad on Hubbard, but y'all need to know what's going on with that, okay? And you know the type of people he represents, right? Because y'all is really going down. It's a lot of evil in this world. If you think the 2010s was bad, wait until we go through the 2020s, this new decade, which is getting a lot more crazy because there's a lot of things going on that's happening, right? But y'all need to be informed, okay? Now, before I continue, I have you know that I made a video 2 years ago telling people how they could get to heaven. All right, how they could receive Christ in their heart. All right, I told you that the fastest way to do it, right? Yeah, because the other ways of getting receiving Christ is if you go to church, if you go to a church building, or you let a minister or a pastor pray with you and lay hands on you, and then you, of course, you get baptized. All that, yeah, that stuff is advanced. But I told people, I told sinners the faster way how they could receive God and Christ in their heart, and then they can be forgiven. But now I'm going to tell you about this here. This is a book I've been reading recently by Author Tim LaHaye. This is called A Quick Look at the Rapture and the Second Coming of Christ. Right? So it tells you about Bible prophecy. Now, shouts out to Tim LaHaye. He and about two other professors who will have PhDs, right, in Bible philosophy. They came to our church. Shouts out to Love Unity Pastor Ronald C. Hill. Church Fellowship in Compton. These authors, these three individuals came here and they preached the Bible prophecy. They broke down the end times, right, where we currently are, which is currently the church age. So this is age where that people still have a chance to receive God and prepare before the rapture hits. So I'm gonna give you some detail on it, and then I'm gonna get to this other stuff, right? And I'm also talk about Kobe Bryant and also the people who lost their lives in the helicopter, because y'all need to know this. Okay, because like I said, death is real, y'all. It's real. Death is something that is going to happen regardless, okay? But luckily, God gives us a chance that we can at least be raptured up so we don't have to see the pain of death. But again, man, if it happens, it happens. That's something we can't avoid. The best thing you do, you want to be you want to be ready to at least for God to accept you when you do die and you see him, right? Because nobody wants to go to hell. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, right? I don't want to see nobody go to hell, but it is what it is. Okay, so details of the rapture. All right, and I'm also going to be I'm also going to be reading some scriptures that this book also describes. So again, if you don't believe what I'm telling you, you can also go back and do your own research. That's one thing I strongly have suggest to anybody, especially you young folks, right? Learn to do your own research. Don't just don't just follow somebody's word for it, especially if they ain't certified. Okay, so details of the rapture. Okay, so while we don't know when the rapture will happen, we do know some incredible details about it. Okay, so Paul described it the rapture in 1 Thessalonians 4:13 through 18, and we also find it mentioned in 1 Corinthians 15 through 58, 15:50 through 58, 2 Thessalonians 2:1 through 12, and Revelation 4:1 through 2. So, and before I continue, folks, there's more than one scripture in the Bible that talks about Revelation. Yeah, oftentimes you get these YouTubers, even the ones that I've described to y'all, I've made a video on, they don't read the whole Bible. Okay, there's more to the Bible than just Revelation. There's more than one apostle that the Bible has a chapter on who's preached on the second coming of God. Right? There's more than there's from Paul to John to Mark. You'll find more than one scripture talking about the Revelation that also talk about the last days or the tribulation, right? It's not just in Revelation. There's more books in the Bible than just Revelation. But continuing, it will occur so suddenly in a twinkling of an eye. So basically, right, the rapture gonna come at the snap of my finger. So just like that, God gonna come back quickly. He come back quick and fast. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not wasting no time on this at all. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Lord ain't coming back as a man. He ain't coming back as a human being no more. I'm just going to tell you that now. I'm going to get more about that in detail as I later on in this video. But y'all going to see that what they mean when we say Holy Spirit. So 1 Corinthians 15:52. That describes it, that many people used to call this the secret rapture, but it will not be secret. For the sudden absence of hundreds of millions of people from the earth will cause the remaining billions to awaken to the frightening fact that they have been left behind. So no small number of which will hopefully fall on their knees immediately and call on the name of the Lord to be saved. So what they're saying is there'll be many people who have denied God, who denied Christ, right? These people are the ones who's going to be left behind, the ones who didn't receive God, right? So if you're in another religion or whatever you may be, and again, I'm not against nobody else's religion. You know, that's how you was raised, but I'm just telling you from my standpoint how I was raised to believe that this is what we believe in. Us as Christians, us being men and women of God, we believe that God's going to come back for us. And he's going to protect us from such harm and danger. Okay? That's what that's talking about. Now, there's going to be many people denying God. It's going to be many people, it's going to be people that ain't going to want the Bible being read in their schools, in their workplaces, anything like that, right? They're going to deny God, right? Those are the ones that's going to be left behind, right? The ones who just simply don't believe. Okay? They won't even fall to their knees to be saved. So, unfortunately, that's going to happen, right? So, again, that's why it says, be ye ready. So, unfortunately for them, we will see that they will have to go through a horrific 7-year tribulation, during which the time the Antichrist will rule and unleash persecution on all believers, who in Revelation are called saints. So this Antichrist, right, they talking about, right? The Antichrist is somebody who's going to be proclaiming himself as Jesus. Remember, when God basically died on that cross, right? He sacrificed himself on the cross. They beat him, right? They put them pins, them nails on his body, right? Literally put a nail inside his skin, right? And then started whipping him, beating him. He died, and he rose again on the third day. God was done with it, with the flesh. Okay, so when the real Jesus, the real Lord and Savior comes back, he ain't come back as a man no more. You will not see a man in this flesh, because right now, our body right now, what you're seeing before you right now with me is my flesh. Okay, this is my body of flesh, right? It's full of blood and bone. When we die, all this is going to disintegrate. It's going to go back to the dust in which it came. But when we go to meet God in heaven, we'll be reincarnated with a spiritual body. I mean, we'll look just like him. Okay? So if you see a man claiming himself to be Jesus when you left behind, because this is how it's going to happen, right? Before the Antichrist reveal himself. All right, for those, how many know have seen that? We all get that message right on TV saying this is a test of the emergency broadcast system, right? So there's going to come a time when Jesus come back and there's millions gone missing. The saints who have been caught up to meet the God, that same emergency broadcast system won't be a test. You can get that and then you're going to say, this is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. You must please evacuate your houses or buildings now. And you know what I'm saying? So you must walk to the nearest corner street or wherever they go tell you to go, right? Where they're going to round you up and take you to supposedly these concentration camps y'all been talking about, right? Something like that, right? That's when you know for sure that this is the beginning of the end time. And when that happens, you're going to see a man performing miracles, right? He's going to call himself Jesus Christ. This really ain't Jesus. See, the people who don't believe, the people who don't read their Bibles, the people who simply don't know, they're going to be deceived. But the ones like us who know the truth already, we know what it is. We know that's the devil because he's going to come in the wolf in sheep clothing. You hear many preachers speaking on that more than once, right? That's the Antichrist. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I want y'all to really understand me, right? The devil does not come, he doesn't have horns. The devil ain't coming with no horns, right? What you see on YouTube with these videos of people say these artists are satanic, this and that, that's fake. I told you that before. That's fake. That's what these other people, that's what the media created Jesus to be. The devil who's gonna be calling himself Jesus, he ain't gonna come and he ain't gonna have no horns, right? He ain't gonna have no pitchfork, right? He ain't gonna have no goat symbol, he ain't gonna have none of that. Okay? It's just like that show called Lucifer, right? How Lucifer came in as a man. Is God's like the devil's gonna be something like that? What you see with Lucifer, except he's gonna be even more prettier. He ain't gonna be ugly at all. That man was ugly, and that looked like a typical Hispanic dude. No, the devil's gonna be something different. He may not even look like the dude you see on that Lucifer show, right? The devil may be somebody who looks like me or a little lighter than me. He may be somebody darker. All right, I'm just letting you know that now. It might not be no Caucasian man like the movies portrayed. Because, yeah, growing up as a kid, my family used to have me watch Left Behind and all these other movies that was based on the tribulation. That was based on that, right? There's more than one movie. There's older movies that was based on the Mark of the Beast. You got the Left Behind series. And then you got Angels and Demons. You got all kinds of movies that talks about the Antichrist, right? There's some movies that believe that the Antichrist will come as a woman. Right? He ain't going to come as no man. So y'all got to be prepared for that. Right? Y'all need to know what you're looking at, and you got to be prepared, man. But this video, this tell you some information on how you can be prepared. Right? So now the word rapture does not appear in the original Greek New Testament. For in a Latin word, the Greek term harpazo, which means caught up or snatched up, was translated to rampaturo by Jerome in the Latin Vulgate. Jerome's word of choice caught on the term rapture has been used since. So in continuing, the Apostle Paul words in 1 Thessalonians 4:13 are quoted frequently at funerals, for they are offered confidence, expectation of life after death, and the human heart longs for. This is why the Holy Spirit, through Paul, gave so many details about the next great event on God's prophetic calendar. So, again, man, people have tried to predict the end of the world, but we say we know not the day or the hour. So I'm telling you that right now, man. What I've always believed in, God gonna come back when we least expect it to. So it means when you decide y'all decide you're gonna sin, right? You're gonna break into us, you gonna steal something, right? You gonna go hang out with your homies like you're not supposed to, right? You gonna commit adultery, cheat on your wife or whatever, right? Women, y'all go decide that you go y'all go decide y'all gonna do some wrongdoing, you gonna sin, right? That's what God's coming back, right? He said he's coming back fast. So again, man, you do not want to be caught right sinning. You do not want to be caught to where he don't accept you, right? So again, man, I do this because I can. This is not to scare y'all, but this is to let you know what's going on. All right, so now I'm going to describe this one world order, right? This one world government that, again, many YouTubers have described, but they don't have the full knowledge of, right? So one world religion. The false prophet, who we know is the Antichrist, who I described, who will arise during the 7-year tribulation period, will enforce a one world religion on all mankind. Revelation 17:11-18. So basically, when the Antichrist gets here, when I tell you right, he's going to basically take over, right? He's going to basically unite all the nations of the world. So it means what's going on with Turkey, Iran, right? Israel. Then you got the whole United Nations, right? The whole European countries like Italy, right? France, Britain, Moscow, all these places, right? Canada going to come in with Russia. And in the United States, the current president of the United States is going to join in, right? And they'll become one religion. This is what he's going to do, right? He's going to force one religion. He's going to say this is for peace and safety. He's going to offer you peace and safety, like, for example. And my mom called me on the phone and she told me that she was weary of this. She said when Donald Trump went to Korea and tried to make peace with Kim Jong-un and they came to agreement, it's going to be something like that. All these world leaders going to shake hands and they're going to become their own religion, right? Never before has the world seen such a great movement toward a universal religion as today. All it would take for this to happen is for the Antichrist to impose it upon the world's people. So again, he's going to be performing miracles, right? He's going to say we need to unite. We need to unite for peace and safety, right? That's what's going to happen. Now, when that happens, it's with such destruction going to get ready to come, y'all. When they offer peace and safety, everything ain't finna be okay. Or it's finna go down big time, right? Because if you caught reading the Bible, right? Because that's when they're going to eliminate the Bible completely. Anybody seen reading the Bible going to have to go to jail, all right? I'm just telling you that now. That's what's getting ready to happen, right? You can't say the word God because the Antichrist will call himself God, okay? Anybody who disagrees with him won't get killed. Either he go chop off your neck or give you the death penalty like people in jail have suffered, right? Again, it's going to get bad. It's going to get very bad, right? So that's what he talks about, this one world religion, right? And you also get signs of it. You got people that's basically uniting. You ever see those pictures on people's cars, right? That shows the Hebrew symbol, the Christian symbol, and then it shows the Hindu symbol. All these symbols put together. That's what that states. That's what that means. So one world government. All right. So this is the actual government that people like to talk about, right? Over the last century, many world leaders have advocated that a one world government is the only way we can hope to enforce world peace, right? We've seen that with Ronald Reagan. We've seen this with other people, right? We have seen expressions of this attempt to start the League of Nations in 1919, right after World War I, and the creation of the United Nations in 1947. Okay, so there's been many attempts to do this. Today, the United Nations is trying in various ways to secure more governmental power over the sovereignty of the independent nations. All of this, of course, will pave the way for the Antichrist's coming, the one world rule. While we do not know the exact events that will lead us to this one world government predicted in the Bible, we do know that in the last days there will be a world government led by 10 kings or heads of regions, right? So this is what I just told you, right? Again, the Middle East, Iran, Turkey, right? Syria, right? You got Africa. Some of the African nations will join in, right? Along with the UN, right? Israel, all these great leaders are going to join in. And this is first said in Daniel 2:40-43 and 7:23-24. The Bible also predicts that the government will control the commerce of the world, probably through a one world currency. All right, so this one world currency, right? You know how people talk about that V chip? All right, so in that last video posted about Zachary Hubbard saying 42 equals nigger, in that video when he talked about Scott Peck, he talks about Scott Peck being a Jew. We need to say that they control the weather. This dude talks about the dollar being evil, right? We need to get rid of that dollar. Now, have you known that once we do get rid of the dollar, then once we're gonna use the spend, buy or sell, right? Without that dollar, okay? That should tell you right there now who Hubbard is representing right now. Because I'm telling you right now, Zachary K. Hubbard is not a Christian, right? This man has denied the Bible. All right, there's been a YouTuber who actually exposed him for doing that, right? He's not a Christian. This man is not he's not a Jehovah's Witness. He's none of that. Okay, he straight said the dollar's evil. We gotta get rid of the dollar. So I'm telling you right now, when they get rid of that dollar, is when we're gonna have to start trying to buy and sell a different way, and that's when I believe that Mark the Beast gonna come in, which y'all talk about, right? Whether it be that V chip or it may, because I believe it may be something totally different. It may not even be that V chip. It may be something completely different. But this is how the Antichrist is going to force it, right? He's going to have the government saying, making a requirement right now. For those that remember when TV transitioned to digital, right? When there was no more antenna TV, they warned you like 9 months ahead of time. They warned you like a year in advance that the world was getting ready to go digital. And this is just America alone. The government sent a public service announcement on each of the commercials as we're watching TV that unless you have a digital converter, or you have a cable box, or you have subscribed to satellite TV, whether it be Direct TV, Dish Deck, or whatever, you're not gonna be able to watch TV no more. They all said this, right? We're getting ready, and there's no more antenna TV, right? So the day when that happened, antenna TV was completely dead. It was gone, right? And we all have to watch TV digital, right? So you have to have that cable wire, or you have to have a satellite dish on your house, or you have to have a digital converter, or else you can't watch TV, period. That's how this is going to be, right? They tell you won't be able to buy no sell unless you either get some type of stamp, put it in your skin, right? Again, either by that V-chip would have the needle, which y'all say is going to be the V-chip, or if it's not the V-chip, it may, again, because the Antichrist has to enforce it. So if it's the Antichrist, it's going to be a stamp, right? And they're going to put a stamp or a barcode. Like, you see people with the barcodes on their skin, that's scary. Okay, so again, man, there's people volunteering to have that. When the Antichrist gets here, that's going to be a requirement. It's not now, because again, there's a grace period, right? God has given us a chance to get ourselves right, so we have to go through that. But I'm just warning you right now, one world currency, right? So Zachary K. Hubbard said in that last video, we got to get rid of the dollar. The dollar is evil, right? When the Antichrist says peace and safety, these nations join in, and they eliminate that dollar, get ready, right? Because for all you know, Hubbard could be one behind that campaign. Hubbard could just as easily be chipped now, or he could just easily have that stamp on him. We don't know what this man is capable of, right? You need to know what you're looking at. That's why I did this video, man. Because again, that stuff is evil, man. I told you what Hubbard is. For all you know, Hubbard could just as easily be aligned with this, because there's people right now who believe in doing that, right? They believe in this one world government. They believe in that, right? They trying to eliminate their dollar. They want things to be ran a different way. If you notice, man, our credit cards even nowadays all have that RFID chip. And I believe this Mark of the Beast gonna have that chip inside you, right? Like the RFID pin, that chip that's put in people's body, where they can see, they can determine if you need medicine or not. That's also used to where the government can also track you. Okay? So again, folks, you need to know what you're looking at right now. Hubbard straight said we got to get rid of that dollar, right? So what else we going, after we get rid of the dollar, what else we going to use, right? So that should tell you right then and there. And I know Hubbard is trying to run for president. Okay? Y'all need to understand. He said he was going to run for president in 2020. He had a video in it, right? I'm not voting for Zachary K. Hubbard at all. Because if you vote for Hubbard, sure enough, it's going to be destruction. This man going to be far worse than Trump. Far worse. Okay? I told you, man, Hubbard is like an antichrist. He's like a Jim Jones. Right? I'm telling you that now, man. That man straight said you had to get rid of the dollar. So what does that tell you right there? It tells you what's getting ready to happen. So again, one world currency means we can only buy or sell through the way the Antichrist wants us to do. That means that dollar, that $100 Ben Franklin, right? That Jackson, right? That Abraham Lincoln, that George Washington, those things not gonna matter. We don't. You can't use coins neither. All that won't matter. The coins, your quarters, all that's not gonna work no more. Not when the Antichrist gets here and all these nations then came in. There will be a one world commercial system and a one world religion established and controlled by the one world government or a dictator who controls it, which we all know gonna be that's the devil incarnate, right? It's Jesus, but it's the devil incarnate, right? And again, this man gonna be killing anybody who don't agree with him. We see all of this described in Daniel chapters 2:7-8, Matthew 24:15-22, 2 Thessalonians 2-8, and Revelation chapters 13:17-18, amongst other passages. These are only some of the many signs of the last days could come close to a very end at hand, right? At the end of the day, folks, you see this Bible, I'm a real Christian. See, most of the people that's telling you about the last days, right, and they tell you about these celebrities who satanic, they trying to tell you about the devil, they're not preaching the real word of God. I'm telling you now that you could get yourself with God and receive Christ in your heart, right? I'm telling you about the actual description of it, right? They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that that the devil's going to come as Jesus Christ. They're not going to tell you that. He really is. Man. That's why I say all these symbols you seeing, that doesn't matter. What the media show you about what the devil is, that's not the devil. Because the devil comes as something you like. If you read the book of Genesis, it said that Satan was the most beautiful angel. Okay, that's what Jay-Z talked about in that song Lucifer. He said it's the dawn in the morning, right? Lucifer was the dawn in the morning, right? He opened music in the morning when the sunrise came up, right? But Jay-Z, that Lucifer song also says, "I'm gonna chase you out of earth," right? God chased the Lucifer out of heaven. It threw him down, right? So again, the devil gonna come back down here, tricking people like he did Adam and Eve. But then it's going to be much worse because God done already came back for his people. Y'all need to be ready, right? And my thing is, man, see, this is the problem, man. This is the problem I have, man. People are so worried about, used to worry about an artist, used to worry about a celebrity, right? That's not what you need to be worried about, right? What we need to be worried about is Iran right now. Because Trump ordered America to bomb that Iran in general so he could keep from being impeached. So he could keep the attention off of him being impeached, right? Because Trump knows he's finna get tossed out of there. He ain't gonna be able to get reelected again. He knows this already, right? He's not gonna be able to survive a second term. So now he wants to do what he can do now and go out with a bang. But by doing so, he pissed Iran off. And believe it or not, folks, Iran got people in America. And again, I'm not trying to scare you, but this is the truth. This is the real, man. Like ISIS, this organization, they know how to recruit people. There are people who are Muslim, who are Sunni, who don't play around at all. They believe in death. That death will bring them closer to their God, Allah. So these people will kill themselves and you in the name of their God. You know what you're dealing with here, man. America has been at war with these people for years, right? And then supposedly there's rumor, there's word of another war that might be break out, right? Because my concern right now is that Iran don't have somebody in America in a city near you, whether it be LA, New York, right, Texas, or whatever, right, in one of these historic landmarks, right, that set off a bomb that'll kill themselves and thousands of other people, right? Like you said, that man put a hit on Trump. When that hit comes for Trump, not only is it going to kill Trump, it's going to kill other people around him. Okay? Because that's what they believe in. They'll kill not only their target, but they'll kill a whole bevy of other people, right? Because that's what they believe in. They believe in death in all forms. Okay? Y'all need to know what you're dealing with here, man. That's why I said in my comment section, right? 9/11, yeah, the Bushes had something to do with it, but Saddam planned that 3-4 years ahead of time. This is the same type of people who Saddam and Bin Laden had people planning here to learn how to fly our planes. And when 9/11 took place, these people knew exactly who their target was. They went right for the World Trade Center and they went right for the Pentagon, right? And innocent people died, okay? That's the reality I live in. I don't live in this Illuminati, this Freemason stuff. That stuff ain't got nothing to do with what's going on now. Folks, y'all need to be ready. Y'all need to be prepared for this, man. This is serious, okay? And these same people are the ones. Look at the Boston Marathon, right? A few years ago, that young man had that bomb to go off during that Boston Marathon. He killed some people, right? That ball went off, right? You had the Boston bomber, right? Then look what happened in San Bernardino in that company party. That Middle Eastern man, right? His wife was from Afghanistan, right? And nobody basically took the water side of this. She talked about doing a barter, right? She talked about this killing multiple people for that religion, right? That man thought he was being picked over because of religion. He came back with his wife with those machine guns, right? And killed like 9 or 10 people. Right? They shot that place up, right? Now, of course, they got killed by the FBI. They get too far. The FBI took care of them and got them. And they did escape. They got apprehended right then and there. But again, folks, this is serious. Yeah, that's my fear, man. That some of these Muslims will here in America plot their next attack. Things that got so bad to them, we're not even safe in our own churches. Because 2 churches have been shot up in the last 5 years, right? You see what De La Roof did, right? That De La Roof basically prayed with the people, came back with a heavy artillery gun and started shooting them choir members and killed them people, man. It was bad, dude, right? Now, De La Roof basically got his, right? They gave him the death penalty, right? But again, that was bad, right? And De La Roof said it when he did it. I don't like black folks. He was trying to start a war, okay? And that's another thing, man. We need to see if it's another civil war gonna happen, because these Hispanics and these black folks ain't gonna take it no more, man. They ain't gonna take getting harassed by these police officers who abuse their power. And I understand that most police officers ain't bad, but look at the ones that's been doing this, right? And then that the dude in Texas, right? In that Texas church, right? That dude pulled it out, right? There's a brother with a Bible who was trying to see what's wrong with him. This dude shot the man in the face. He shot that brother in the face and killed another person, right? And of course, he got taken out by that older man. You know what I'm saying? That older security guard. But had that older security guard had his gun, that man would have got away with killing multiple people. Okay? And even in our schools, our children ain't even safe. Our own kids. Every day I got to pray for the kids of my family, right? That they could be safe. You know what I'm saying? There's no harm and danger, right? Even my godson, right? I got to pray for their safety, right? For his safety, right? All my brothers, sisters, they children, I got to pray for their safety, right? Where our old kids are even safe, because we got children who are suffering from mental problems, or they suffering through a lot of depression because they've been verbally abused at home, right? And then they taking their anger out on other kids. Like that boy in the Santa Fe High School, Texas, right? And then the one in Florida, right? Who went in them schools and shot them them children, killed them teacher, right? We got that going on, okay? So again, folks, y'all need to accept the Lord Jesus Christ in your heart, man. Find you a church, right? Find you somewhere where you can see God, right? And again, I'm not trying to force this on y'all. You can make it's your own decision where you want to follow God or not. I'm just telling you this right now, just from that standpoint, right? Because as for Zachary K. Hubbard, I told y'all that, man. Hubbard is getting ready to take a whole lot of people to hell with him. I'm warning y'all right now, man. The gematria numerology he's using, that's of the devil. And this is why it's of the devil, right? Because anytime you start calculating somebody's name, you start calculating all these numbers, right? And you tie it into certain events, right? You tie it up to an event that happened. And then when somebody dies, you say it's a sacrifice, right? And you say this is the reason why a certain team like the New England Patriots or Los Angeles Lakers are going to win a championship. And you making predictions. That's like doing witchcraft. You basically do it a spell. You do it a ritual, okay? And remember, the sacrifice somebody in that regard means you're going to kill them. So Hubbard is accusing the NFL, the NBA, right? These supposed elitist groups of killing somebody just for a certain team to go. That's bad, man. And that's very disrespectful, man. For real. No, that's of the devil, man. People don't realize what you're looking at. You getting ready to go to hell doing that stuff because God don't want you to do that, man. If you're going to do that, you might as well be doing witchcraft, right? You might as well go to Hogwarts like Harry Potter was and learn how to do actual spells like a wizard or a witch, okay? And by the way, Hogwarts is an actual place in England. Right, there's a man named Stuart. Right, I used to work with at my job. Right, he was one of the HR managers. He said it. That Harry Potter was filmed on location. So Hogwarts is an actual place. Right. So again, man, that stuff is real, man. It's not fake at all. All right, that's why I got on Hubbard, and that's another thing, man. Right, I need y'all to know this, man. In no way, shape, or form is somebody who looked like Zachary K. Hubbard is allowed to say the word nigger. Period. If that was somebody who really cared about black folks, they wouldn't even said that N-word at all. They wouldn't even bring it up. Because why does 42 got to equal the word nigger? There's no value in the word nigger. I have people have to argue with me on my last video and try to say, oh, Hubbard is just trying to say this for the step. Like, no, that's just giving him, that's just giving him an excuse to say the word, right? Because Hubbard don't like black folks in that regard, right? Not only did he say the word 42 equals nigger, he said it equals Jackie Robinson. He said it equals Rodney King. First of all, this is Jackie Robinson, who was the first black baseball player to basically make a way for black folks to get into baseball. Because originally we weren't allowed. We were segregated, right? Hubbard's not going to tell you that we were segregated either. He going to speak on that. But no, we were segregated, right? So Jackie Robinson broke it in. Then to mention Martin Lawrence. That means the same Martin Lawrence who basically worked hard for his show. Worked hard every year to get to where he is, to get his status, right? You said it equal Martin Lawrence. You mentioned Malcolm X, the leader of the Nation of Islam, who basically stood up for the protection of black folks. So with Malcolm X believed in protect yourself through the guns, right? With your amendment to carry open firearms, right? So basically, when these officers would shoot at black folks would shoot back. That's what he believed in, right? Same way with the Black Panther movement, right? So that's Malcolm X that believed in self-defense, right? You talked about that. 42 equals that Malcolm X, right? Then you said Rodney King, the same Rodney King that was beat down by those 7 officers, okay? And when Rodney King was beat down with them officers with them batons, notice the whole city of LA rioted. They got pissed off. They wasn't going to take it no more, right? So he's breaking up that. He said 42 equals that. Then somebody did a response video, said that Zachary K. Hubbard did a whole 3-hour podcast on 42 equals 24. So he was talking about Kobe Bryant. That dude had 5 videos on Kobe Bryant, right? Hubbard have no respect because Kobe Bryant, again, man, y'all need to stop saying that everybody on TV is evil, man. Just y'all need to stop that nonsense because everybody ain't on Luciferian, right? All that stuff about Kobe Bryant being a magician, that stuff was fake. Okay, that was a rumor told by people who can't stand Kobe. There's a brother who had to show me a video of a dude talking about Kobe, right? Like, you hate, why would you hate your old people like that, right? Just because they made it don't mean they ain't better than you. They just mean they're blessed. They work hard to get to where they are, right? Let me tell you about Kobe Bryant. Not only was Kobe Bryant a basketball player, he was a second-generation basketball player, right? His father was in the league. Joseph Jellybean Bryant was an NBA player who was drafted by the Golden State Warriors and played for the San Diego Clippers before he went to the Europe League, right? This is where Kobe Bryant learned his fundamentals. Besides learning from Michael Jordan, learning from Daryl Dawkins and all these other NBA legends, right? So Kobe Bryant was born in basketball. He always wanted to play basketball his whole life, right? This man was a father. He took care of his kids. And his helicopter crashed on his way to his academy for a basketball tournament. Now his gym was hosted, right? Again, y'all need to understand this. People lost lives. Him, his daughter, right? He had a coach. His wife and his daughter was also in that plane. You had another you had the coach of the team, her daughter, right? And then the pilot. These people all died, man. That's like 4 families that's basically grieving right now. That's hurt right now because they're not gonna see their people again, right? And the people who came off it, they got no respect for Kobe Bryant at all, man. It's sad. Y'all need to stop thinking these celebrities are evil. They really not, because off camera, like I've been telling y'all, these people got families who love them, folks. Yeah, they got friends who grew up with them, and they know they're not evil. No, see, it's only evil because y'all on the outside looking in. They only evil because y'all minds are negative. Hubbard's mind is on negativity, right? This dude talking about some people and ain't got nothing to do with him at all, right? You need to stop falling behind that. It's bad, man. The disrespect for Kobe Bryant is that's absurd. You got no respect. No, the man didn't. That was a hoax. He's really dead, right? You know how bad. You know how powerful helicopter fuel is. That burns faster, more powerful than regular gasoline. Okay, folks, you ain't coming from that crash. They so many feet in the air. What it was, he fired out in that fog. In that fog, he couldn't see, so he hit a mountain. That plane crashed. Those things can happen, right? People die from plane crashes all the time, folks. That's just the reality we live in.